Oh my gosh, let's get this started. Did we get a raid? Did we get a raid in there? Is that what I saw? Hello there, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be in your part of the world. There's a button here.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
It's so good to see you. My name is Jeff Fritz, and today is June 20th, 2024. And we're going to write a little bit of code today. Hello, welcome in, Raiders. TBD Gamer with the raid had to run. Thank you so much getting us started, right? Let me say hello. Let me welcome in the raid. They're right over here. Hello, hello. We're broadcasting live to Twitch and YouTube. So those of you on YouTube, we just got a bunch more friends dropped in here on Twitch. Let me say hello to C Sharp Titan. How you doing there in Australia? Billy Cool with a big wave. Thindall is here at the beginning. Yeah, you're not an hour late. Can you believe it? Hello. Distant Cam, how's it going there in Australia? Good evening to you. Warm Peas, hello. Hello, Dr. Cox. Nah, I was running a little bit late. I had to get some coffee into me. I was a little sluggish this morning, but got the coffee going and feeling better now. Null Sheffo, hello, hello. D-Flux, how's it going there? How you doing? A day job with Thindall. Hey, whatever. I realized I didn't have a picture of this hat. And I also realized I haven't been logging data about most of the hats as I've been adding them. And so now I don't have all the dates of when I got some of these. If there's one thing that I don't like, it's unclean data. Let me get some music started here. I'm getting this hat loaded into the ID AI. So here we go. This is called Gotta Blast. There you go. This is music that's DMCA free, royalty free. Check it out wherever you'd like. Yeah, big thanks to Harris Heller and his team of creators for putting it together today. It has a metal plate on it. But what this is actually a sign that you can find in the front of the Magic Kingdom in Orlando, in front of Disneyland, and it says, "Here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy." So it's a line from Walt Disney himself, and quite frankly, I think that's pretty cool. So I'm going to get this loaded into Custom Vision AI so that it'll start to identify this hat for us. How you doing there, chat room? We had a day off yesterday from the regular Aspire teaching stream. Had to do it. I'm a bit behind, and quite frankly, I ended up getting wrapped up in writing another training for Aspire, and didn't get done the things that I wanted to. More on that coming next week. Next Thursday, we're going to have a shorter stream next Thursday because we're going to have there's an event. Did they publish it yet? There's going to be a Let's Learn.net Aspire event where I will be teaching a class on the regular Microsoft channels about adapting your application to use .NET Aspire. It's going to be a lot of fun. They're rerunning it with localized speakers in Portuguese, Korean, Japanese, French, and Spanish in different time zones around the world, more local to some of those locations. So I've written, published, put the training. It's roughly an hour 15 presentation. So there's plenty of time for Q&A in that. And they are localizing it and getting that ready to present all around the world in different languages. Really happy with that. And quite frankly, I'm kind of flattered that they took a piece of training material that I wrote and they're turning it into a bit more widely spread content here. So let me get that. I've got it identifying the hat now. I'll get it trained over here. There we go. The training is running. And at some point I do need to bring this back so it runs with the with a fee AI model locally, so I'm not running on custom vision AI, and it might run a bit faster locally here. So that's out there training. Let me catch up with chat. Hat, yeah, the hat. It is. So most of the hats that I have are typically embroidery, right? It's stitching, right? You can see if you look really closely there, right? The stitching on this. This one is metal, and I do have a couple of metal hats. It's on the other side of the room, in the basket over there. I have a Game of Thrones hat that has the Stark family crest, the dire wolf on it, and that's a metal crest. It might be plastic, but it has a chrome finish over it. Metal enough. The point is, it's not a piece of, it's not an article of clothing. It's actually something a little bit heavier. This one is similar. This is metal. And it is a nice replica of that sign. It's on the front wall right next to the gate as you enter Magic Kingdom in Orlando, at Walt Disney World, and Disneyland as you enter the theme park. So, tomorrow is a huge Swedish holiday. What holiday is tomorrow in Sweden? C Sharp Titan says, great stream with John Galloway where we showcased Aspirify. Thank you. A lot of traffic. A lot relatively. A lot compared to what we normally see. Coming through to Aspirify after that stream, and certainly searching for that stream afterwards. Really appreciate the attention there. Because quite frankly, right now, we're getting into the summer months, and there's a bit of a slowdown on content for .NET Aspire. We're on the other side of the release. Folks are building their own things, going on holiday, investigating, learning, and there's not a lot of content, not a lot of videos being produced about it right now. And quite frankly, this is the problem that I have with the Microsoft Build Conference. They host a conference. Hey, we're going to teach you about all these things. Folks go attend the conference and then take off for holiday. Like, and on the other side of it, all these Microsoft people present, and similarly, they all take off for holiday. So even if you wanted to call for support, there's like right now 20% less folks at the office. It's going to increase to about 40-50% less folks in July. Like, sorry, the people that built that aren't around. So, very annoying. It keeps asking for the DSTS. What? So I'll be coding close to the metal today. Yes, I will. That's right. That was really loud. Holy crow. So, yes. Kids get crazily drunk and the smaller kids dance around a maple. Oh, yes, Midsummer. Mm-hmm. So, the embroidery design files. Yes. No, I do not make... For my hats, I do not share the DST files. That's something that the various folks that, quite frankly, also, I don't have the DST files myself. I let the folks that do the embroidery for my hats hang on to those. So what am I going to do with it? So it is technically a digitized punch card. Oh man. Yeah, it teaches the embroidery machine how to stab. That's right. It's not coming on that one. It's on. There we go. All right. So that's teaching. That's working on the AI. I'm trying to think. There wasn't anything significant that happened in tech Twitter that we need to talk about over the last few days. So, good to see that. I like that things have settled down a bit. So, let's head over to the code. Let's get set up and talk a little bit about what we're going to do with TagZap today. Here we are. There's the source code for TagZap. You can get here by going to tagzap.net. That'll route you right through to the GitHub repository until we have a real website stood up for this thing. We've been refactoring and setting this up so that it'll work with .NET Aspire. I think today's the last day that we're going to have the factor widget up there. Thanks to the person that subscribed. I know many folks here that watch and listen can't participate because they're outside the United States, but happy to share that Factor has sponsored the stream, and folks can try that out. I've been enjoying Factor meals for the last 5-6 weeks now. So we've been working on TagZap and breaking it up and getting it into .NET Aspire. And something that we realized earlier in the week, we had a thing built that would allow a Twitch relay to come in so that all of our interactions with Twitch happened on another service, so that we didn't have issues deploying this application and it trying to find where to go get and use Twitch logins and profile pictures and whatnot. It's centralized and running on a server out on the internet, but when we're running locally, we want to run with a local copy of that. So Aspire lets us start all of those things, be able to run, connect, and use it now locally. So we got that working, but some of the SignalR interactions that actually push content to the web page, right? TagZap has a push mechanism that pushes new content to the user interface. For some reason, it's not working. I have a suspicion about what it is. We'll take a look at that and get started. So, yeah, the deal isn't for the UK. It's only for the lower 48 United States, the continental 48. So, sorry about that, Warm Peas. Appreciate you looking into it, but yeah, it's only an American thing. It's not going to identify it yet. Doesn't have it loaded up just yet. See, it's still training. So, and you can see the training images. There they are. Even the out of focus one. So, and the West Virginia hat that I added, the Phillies City Edition. There's the Puerto Rico hat from, what, a month or two ago. So, we'll get there. It'll be loaded in soon. So, let me get this running. So, there's TagZap folder. I think I already have it open. I do. And let's start investigating what's going on with the SignalR connection here. Show where that is, and we'll take a look at what's going on. Yep, recently added. So, the time does fly. It does indeed. I think I got this hat 2 years ago. Summer of 22. So, here we go. No. It had to be summer of 21. Yeah. So this isn't even the right website, right? This is starting somewhere else. It's this one that I need to go to. I don't know why it launches on some random port somewhere. And I'm going to log in with this. There we go. So I can see the moderation, and the moderation isn't pushing through the latest updates as they come into the chat room. So this is your opportunity, chat room, to key in some messages there, and they'll appear on screen. But, oh my gosh, wait a sec. Is it working now? Okay. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we do have SignalR working. That'd be really great if it is. Because then we can move right into the next topic. Cool. Okay. And I think, don't I have a thing here where I can click into that and then I'm able to, yeah, do stuff like click into Alvin's message there. Did he talk about the ASP.NET stand-up? That would have been 2 days ago. So it wouldn't be on today's, it would be on yesterday's. I'd love to have a yesterday button here. You know? If I go back up here... Yeah. So, yesterday's... Right, his own, like, screencast. Hey, there, that's me. Yeah. No, he didn't put the ASP.NET community stand-up. No. No. It's not on his list of things. Alright. Whatever. So, that's actually working. Cool. C# Titan says, I've been using VS Code on the Mac for Blazor and Maui development, building iPhone and Android apps. Works brilliantly. Love hot reload. Glad to hear that's working for you. Milladata. Hello, welcome. Appreciate you joining us. So, with this loader, it should also be pushing things to the waterfall page then as I approve it. Christopher, hello. See, is that not loading because there's nothing in this database? Yeah, and it pushed immediately and appeared. Fantastic. So, dare I say, I think we've got everything working. I think. Because those were the last few pieces. So, let me see here. Okay. So I think we can commit and push these changes at this point because one of the last things that I was looking at is actually working. I do need to add the database migration, sure. Enable database migrations for TagsApp. Cool. So, that's all running, working locally. Where is it? There's the Twitch relay. Even, right? So, even if I go back over here, like, it's pulling your portraits properly from Twitch. So, it's reaching into, come on, here, and pulling that correctly. I think I have blue sky turned off. Go ahead, turn blue sky back on. Ugh. It doesn't have a configuration. Why don't you have a configuration? It's right there. Where's it getting populated? mind fixing this right now. It's in save configuration, yeah. Save configuration. Well, oh, it hasn't even been started. It hasn't been started, so it doesn't have a configuration. No, I don't have it on a server. No. I started with this being very single tenant because of the complexity of all the things that we'd be adding, the scale, and the types of queries that we'd be going and loading. So I figured make it open source. If other folks want to run a copy of it so they can go and mine their own data, they can. Because the volume that you'd be looking at querying and interacting with these services would be significant if we were to run it as a standalone service. It seems like the user page link isn't in the header. Well, hang on. I'm at a breakpoint right now. It should go get the configuration. I think it should. Well, this should be called no matter what. And if it's not enabled, it stops. So let's put a breakpoint there and see what happened. And what do you mean by the user page link? Let me dive into that as well. So it's still starting up. There we go. So it's going to try and get the blue sky configuration. Yeah, there's a configuration there. And it says it is enabled. Okay. This is called in 4 different places. It should start all of them. Try to start all of them. Right, and this is one of the things that we're going to end up moving around. Don't know. I could reach into the database and delete it. Right, like... And actually, wait a sec. I'm on this 64803 one. No, it's there. I can reach into the database and delete that configuration. Hey, Alu. So open that up. Databases. Tags app DB. Yes, please. Schemas. And tables. System configuration. So there's the blue sky provider right there. Should probably change it so it's lowercase, but no matter. Yes, don't ask again, but won't remember that. Delete from system. Does it have? It doesn't have autocomplete. Where ID equals that Cool. Let's restart. And see what happens. If you deploy your website to Azure using static web pages, is it free or is there a cost? It's free to a point. Static web pages is free to a certain point because it depends on how much your functions are used, how much you call back into them, right? And what are you using the functions to do? You're connecting into some sort of data store or something? Well, is that database, is that data store free also? So, and there are other features. If you turn on enterprise grade edge, if you turn on cache, if you turn on those other features, it might be... hang on, that didn't start. That didn't get called. I don't think it's going to find it. I know it's not going to find it. What am I saying? Here. Close this. Did it finish training? Nope, still training. Yeah, that's not going to find anything because it didn't start. So when I click save, that's going to error right there. But it did save it. Okay. So this is actually kind of easy. If config is null, no, I just wanted new. And then it will appropriately go and check, well, it wasn't enabled because enabled starts off as false, right? By default, it's false there. So it'll deploy and then start it up. Your experience is that free tier, anything of Azure Functions shuts down very quickly and has a fairly long spin-up time. Azure Functions in general has a long spin-up time. And by long, we mean seconds. Not minutes, but seconds. I'm going to go back into pgadmin, delete that record, and restart the application to make sure that that is working properly. So, the C# Fritz Hats website is, that is Azure Functions. It's an Azure static website. So, yeah. pgadmin takes a few extra seconds to start. Come on now. There it goes. There it goes. And I feel like I'm deep in radio voice today. That's a thing, right? Where'd it go? Schemas. Tables. This one. Delete from system configuration where ID equals provider blue sky. Yep, I know. Breaking up a monolith. How you doing, Xerxes? Going for a microservice architecture or more modular monolith? I feel like the way that you're asking that question is a loaded question. I'm going for separating out some of the separating and creating isolated services for the various features that this uses. Is that microservices? Is that modular monolith? I'm not going to argue semantics. I would say it's more microservice architecture. So, from without Aspire, yeah. So, if I go back over here, it didn't try to start again. But I'll go back into providers, and I should be able to enable this, and it shouldn't crash. Yeah, there it goes. It's green. So now if I go back to moderation, we should see, yep, there's Blue Sky in the list of providers. So, folks get very dogmatic about which architecture are you using. I'm building something that works here. I use I typically use a little bit of repository pattern. I'll typically use a bit of layered architecture. We're going to drop in here a little bit of event-driven architecture in just a second, because we're going to deliver these things like events across the network. So, auto commit what? Ligatures. It's a greater divide than tabs and spaces. I normally don't have them turned on. Are they turned on? They are. I normally don't use them because they confuse people. Folks get confused with ligatures. So, yeah, Cascadia Mono. There we go. I like what ligatures deliver. They're great to read, but folks get confused with them. Only things managers want to know: does it work? Does it work well? What issues do you know about? I'll go you one further. That's what customers want to know. And at the end of the day, the customers are paying your salary. So get that right. You know? Here we go. So I'll commit this. Fixed enable disable error in Blue Sky. And let's push that pull request. Push that through as a pull request. And we can mark that help message, hide messages. Oh yeah. 322 is what we're going to call this. Added. I'm typing here. Thank you. Aspire configuration. Fixes 322. Cool. So I believe there's some building and testing. There's nowhere to deploy it to right now. So that will build and we'll have something. Managers are your internal customers. Yes, indeed. Not a problem, Xerxes. And I have to kind of explain myself whenever folks ask the what software architecture, what system architecture questions. Oh no. What are we missing here? What's this not like? Need to get the Aspire workload installed. Yeah, so we need to... I didn't merge it yet. So we need to add a workload install step now to our deployment process, to our build tasks. So let's open that up in VS Code. Get in here. Warm P says new job is using ADO, Azure DevOps pipelines. Lots to learn, but very interesting and cool. I think Azure DevOps is a little bit easier to use on some of these, quite frankly, because it's got the cool visual interaction. So it makes it a little bit clearer to visualize what's going on. Create Docker image for web, version stamping, NuGet packages, restore, build. So we need to do somewhere right in here. We need to do a .NET workload install. So let's do that after the SDK. Right, let's call this workload install. Right, that's what it wanted me to do. .NET workload restore. All right, fine, I'll do that. We can do that right in the source. Is it already working in source? It is. So I don't need to change the working directory. I'm probably going to need the exact same thing. Well, that's running .NET format. It's not actually building anything. So we're okay on that. This is only building the Twitch relay, which doesn't use Aspire. That's it. And then that's... yeah. All right. Let's promote that, John. Yep. Added .NET workload restore to the build process. Let's see what happens with that. Here we go. You don't use development patterns. Yeah, I misspelled restore. No, did I? Oh, are you kidding? Because everything's coded in YAML. Like, this is that was a perfect example of why building deploying with YAML is such a problem. Because you don't know until it actually runs. Versus what we've seen built and added to with .NET Aspire, where things are defined in code and we can clearly see immediately. What? I did run .NET workload restore. It's not going to run my build script yet. Because it's in the batch to be added. It would have been in here. So I have to merge it. No, spell checker doesn't work on YAML. How do we want to do this? First, let's check over here. That's still running. Wish it would tell me when I pushed the button. I'm just going to merge. Because I think it works. And it's going to build again. So let's see what happens. Build and test, build and deploy to the function app. That shouldn't. What changes did I make in the relay? I didn't think I added changes in the relay. No, I want to look at... Stop! Close! Oh, I added logging. I added some logging. Alright. And updated some of those. Okay. I'm alright with that then. Oh, dear Lord. How we doing in the build here? No! It still didn't run my step that I added. It should have been right in there. .net. That's not bad. Hello, welcome in. Is it Enyo Phase? Welcome. Inventing compiled YAML. IntelliSense for YAML. Copilot should actually help with that, but I don't feel like that's going to be a thing. Why didn't it... .NET Restore works. Why didn't... Right, what am I missing here? That it added Aspire configuration. It's not in there. What? No. Yeah. 7A114 Bravo. There it is. Why isn't it there? Like if I did the pull request and it merged. Right? Um Look at all the code formatting not working. Restore operation failed on the code formatter. That's on the my main branch. No. So how did I lose it? Anyone know if it's possible to debug JavaScript imported as a module in Visual Studio? Yeah, you should be able to do that. Yeah, it's a different branch, and that branch is gone. Right? And it is included there. There it is. That should have merged into GitHub Workflows.NET YAML. Right, and that's getting merged into the main branch over here. And when I look at the main branch, GitHub Workflows.NET, it's not there. Where the heck did it go? It's in this commit. Yeah. Where'd it go? Right. I squashed and merged. And it says 8 minutes ago there was a change in here, and when I look at it, check out setup. Should be down on... Oh, wait a sec. There's 2 jobs in here. I put it on the one job, not the other. Okay. Okay. Now I understand where I put it. There's 2 jobs. I put it on the lower job, not the top job. That doesn't sound right, but trust me. So let me go back over here. Let's delete that branch. Let's pull origin main. No, upstream main. Okay. Aspire GHA, GitHub Action. Right, I forgot that there were multiple jobs in here. So it should be right there. So that it restores .NET Aspire before it goes and... No, do it after caching the packages. Hooking up the cache. Cool. Added, workload, restored. See, I spelled it right there. Spelled it right there. Back over here. Why isn't it... No. Fixing GH action to restore Aspire workload. Show me that it's building. Oh, it's not going to actually. Come on now. Kick off. Let's go. Do I have to push the button? Hey, KWM349, welcome. I probably do, because it ignores those folders. And the build and test... Create the Docker image. I'm not sure what that is. Really? Minute 31. Thank you, Enya Phase. Appreciate it. It's not in there. 12 minutes ago. That was for the relay. Hang on. That's not the right one. I don't want discussions. Yeah, this one. This one should take a bit longer. Not a bit longer, it's just... There's the workload install. Kind of annoying that we have to install .NET each time, you know? There's the workload restore. So it should have all the Aspire things so that it'll build and deploy. There we go. It should also cache all those things so that it doesn't have to do it next time. Cool. I feel good about that. So now we can actually get into some of the re-architecting. Do I want to do re-architecting or do I want to add a feature or two first? I feel like I'd like to add a feature. And then do some of the re-architecting. You know? Like, let's do something productive with this first. I also think I should probably label it 0.6. You know? And I always forget how to do the versioning. I'm awful like that. I am terrible. I am a terrible developer. Ugh. Ugh. Terrible release agent, that's what I'm thinking. Developer, I'm kind of okay. Not gonna lie. So we can check out main, delete the other branch, fix, aspire, GHA, git pull, upstream main, git push that. Cool. Everything's good. And it's going to go create the Docker image. So Docker login, set up the .NET SDK, version stamping. Yeah, there it goes. I probably should have versioned it first, but oh well. The Docker image it's going to create. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, I feel like adding a feature first. So that we're at least productive moving this a little bit forward. This will be really good. Let's do this one. This should be easy to do. And clear waterfall and export messages. I think we can do all three of these pretty quickly. Blazer, Mr. Magoo.
Blazer, Mr. Magoo just resubscribed for 72 months. More time than you get for car theft.
That's right. 72 months. 6 years with us. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Blazer, Mr. Magoo, for that resub. And I'll make another donation to a tech charity. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for all that support for so many years. That is phenomenal. So, these are, I think these are relatively easy things that we can do. This would be easy to do as well. Put a Blazor quick grid in there. This is something I think we should learn how to do. That's not a bad idea, Napalm. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't put all of the open telemetry stuff back in. Or is it in there and it's... That's important to do at some point. Not critical, but we should do that. Pages require force reload. Yeah, there's definitely something going on these pages we need to take a look at. Discord bot would be good to build. Ruined Matter. Hello, welcome. Am I using the new GitHub workspaces yet? I haven't been granted access to them. I don't have access. Yeah. So, no. Hey, Napalm. I was just saying, I commented out the configuration that you had added for OpenTelemetry to the beginning of the Tags app website. the configuration of it, because we now use Aspire. So it should automatically have all those things set up the whole way through, but I need to validate that. Whose ring do I need to kiss? I sent an email to a vice president at GitHub, and they didn't give me access to it. So, like, I'm writing code and using GitHub features every day on live streams. They didn't give me access to it. So I was told I had to sign up and get in line with everybody else. Like, I don't like to pull the "do you know who I am" card. I wasn't sure, Napalm. And it's something that need to test and see if it's working properly. So, that's not a... Right, the Copilot workspaces, like, look, if you don't want me to use it yet, that's okay. I'm all right with that. But yeah, how do I get into this, John? Issue and then open in workspace. So if I go back over here for an issue, right? Oh no, I do have it. Let's see what it does. Feature. Clear the waterfall. Sure. No, put it in mine. Don't put it in one of those things. No. That one. Sure. Okay. I'll do that. Now what? Okay, they have pull requests are automatically linked. Oh, okay. That'd be cool. I don't see it. Is it automatically linked? I don't see a pull request. I also see... I thought we had that working. Hang on. Whatever. Back to the issue. Back to the issue.
Squirrel!
Yes. Okay. Sure. So, open in workspace. Now what? I was signed in. I'm not using that. Wow. I got a lot of stuff. Really? Really? I haven't used this before. I don't know how to use this. Let's see what happens. Is Copilot worth investing in? Yes. And its code behind primarily focus on displaying messages from track tags without mention of timestamp-based filtering or clearing functionality. The Message Hub and Moderation Hub, which could potentially handle real-time message streaming and moderation actions, do not include code for setting a timestamp to clear previous messages. iMessaging interface and its implementation, which could have been a place for such functionality, do not indicate the presence of methods for clearing messages. Okay. Yes, suggests a feature request. Yes. Okay. Continuing. Proposed. No, there is no functionality. Yeah, I know. We want to build that. The waterfall razor file and its code behind primarily focus on displaying messages without any mention of timestamp-based filtering or clearing. The message hub moderation files do not. Yeah, I know. All right, generate plan. Let's see what it does. Like, let's give it a try. Let's see what happens. Add a new property, clear before timestamp to store the timestamp before clearing messages. On waterfall. Okay. I feel like I'd want to persist this value. Modify the onGet method to accept an optional query parameter. And parse it to clear before timestamp. On the onGet, filter the messages to be displayed if it is not null. Okay. Add a form at the top of the page with an input field for the clear before timestamp and a submit button. Ensure the form action targets the current page with a get request. Okay. Hang on, this is in TagsApp Web. That's not a thing. What is this? What is this? What did you do? No, go back. No! Go forward. We're not modifying these because they're in the old... Okay, so... It's confused because it sees both Blazor and TagsApp Web. I think I can delete TagsApp Web first before we get into this. So I want to tell it, don't do this. How do I exit this and say stop? I can even open a terminal here? Here. What's that? No. Okay. So let's back out. I'm going to put through... I'm going to put through a change that removes the other one. Yes, there are AI agents. Yes. So... source... TagsApp Web. Goodbye. Yeah, I'm fine. Yes, go ahead, do it. No, really. I mean it. Delete it. I guess we're not deleting it. I'd like to delete it. Nobody's using it. Okay, we can't delete that either. Can I delete those? Can I delete this? I guess I can't delete that. Can I delete that? Can I delete that? Okay, then what's the problem? Delete that? Okay. Delete that. I don't... What do I know? I'm just a pretty face behind a keyboard and camera. There was an error up there. Files are locked. Because it's still running. There it goes. And that's in Tags App Web Test. So the test project doesn't build. I might be okay because it's not actually building that anymore. There's the unit test project. That's okay. And there's the playwright stuff for web test is commented out for right now. So I should be okay. So if I go to Tags App, unit test, and say .NET build, that one should work. Yeah. So I think I'm okay. To remove, I don't think web is even in here. Yeah. I don't need to track, just push it. Right, and we'll leave that for right now. I hate these things. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna try and do a build. It's fine. Cool. Does it have a prompt so I can deconfuse it? Deconfuse it? Is that a thing? Alright, so now let's go back to open in workspace. Right, now it's got to re-look at the code and try and find. The question is it going to find... Yeah. As an administrator, I would like to be able to set a timestamp and set a timestamp filter that prevents older messages from appearing on the moderation and waterfall screens. Now let's see what it finds out. I have a feeling it's struggling with the Blazor capabilities. Right? So this is just a standard text thing where it's turned around what I've declared into a question. No, it does not currently support. Okay? Right? It's also right now dealing with the web application that it thought was the center of this is gone. There we go. Now it's the .razor files it's looking at. It was looking at the .cshtml ones before. How to set and use the new timestamp, including documentation. Well, that's kind of nice. All right. Tell me how you would solve this, GitHub. Why don't you tell me how you would solve this? Interesting. It wants to put it in app settings. It's not where I'd like to put it. No, take those out. Let's update the issue. I'd like to set a timestamp application. Setting. I would like to be able to define a timestamp application setting in the admin screens. This timestamp should appear with the other system configuration options and only accessible by administrators. This time, let's give a name to this. Define a called stream start. This stream start timestamp from appearing, yeah. Now let's see if that helps change us a little bit. Well, it's not just being able to explain yourself to an LLM. You're right. It's not just being able to explain it, but this is actually good communication for us to explain to other developers, right? Yeah. So, now propose... So, is now available in the admin screens under system configuration, ensuring only administrators can access it. Effectively prevents messages older than the timestamp from appearing. Good. Update the plan. Oh, okay. I don't know what update and regenerate is. What's the difference? Add UI elements for administrators to define. Bind it to a new property in application configuration. Yes. Retrieve the stream start timestamp during initialization of the waterfall. Filter messages. Okay. Retrieve it. Filter messages. Application configuration model. Add a new property. Ensure the stream start timestamp is loaded from configuration during startup. I'm not sure we need to do that. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. Holy crow. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Here's application configuration. There it was. Now, why does it think there weren't any other lines in there? Like it added a new file. Let's see what it generates for the UI customization. So there's where I have site name, moderation enabled, waterfall header CSS, waterfall header. Right, what it's effectively doing is it's taking this, right, what it's analyzed and figured out all the various steps. It's taking this and doing the GitHub Copilot request for that somewhere that it feels is appropriate in this page, right? So it put it down after the waterfall header, right before the save button. It put a stream start timestamp in there. Okay. That's not exactly what I want, but that was pretty good. So now on the waterfall page, right, it's analyzing all the content in here. This one's probably going to take a while to do. And quite frankly, I wouldn't put it in here. I would put that enforcement somewhere else. I'll race you. So application configuration is here. Right, and I would add just an extra entry here for this. An extra property. Right, public, date time, offset, stream start, let's make it required. Do I need an internal value? I forget where it's using these. I think I can just do it as a get set for this one. And we can default it to min value. Yeah, see, it looks like it's completely rewriting the waterfall page. Code with Sean, hello. Application configuration was under a subdirectory of models. Is that normal? I think so. My strongly typed configuration model, yeah. However, it is in a project where it's being shared all the way out to WebAssembly. Fetching and working with that configuration is probably something that I'm going to want in the various services and things. So, yes. Where was I? So I don't need it here, don't need it here. No, no, no. So it's going to automatically load and get that value. I need to go to... It's going to be in the Postgres implementation when it loads the data, so that it doesn't get it by default. Like, yeah, see... It looks like it completely rewrote the page. So I can't tell what it actually did. So I'm not thrilled with that. What did it put in README? That's not bad. Express route. No, I don't. So I'm not thrilled with that. This was okay, but once again, it looks like it completely rewrote the file because it doesn't have any other content there. Yeah. I can't do that right now. That's way too involved. But here, adding that, I think is okay. And I've got comparison between the two. Like, okay, I can work with that. Right? This looks like it's a brand new file, and it's not. So what file was that? UI customization razor. I'm okay with adding that, and I think putting that right after... I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty good. Yeah. So I still need to go through and actually apply that filter. It does feel like it's doing some things that it's not been asked to do. It feels like that. I can't tell. So I was going to check out. No, I don't want to be in there. What was the name of the branch it created? Feature dash clear dash the dash waterfall. So let's do a git pull. Let's do git checkout track origin feature clear the waterfall. Okay. Where was I? We don't need that open right now. Oh, the jump. Thank you. So I need to, because it's in application configuration, it's always going to be available everywhere. So I can go into the... Well, let's look at waterfall first. Yeah, this is where I probably got confused. Waterfall header content. And then it runs the waterfall tag. Passing in tags tracked. The waterfall component. And it goes and gets existing content. Get existing content for tag. Right there. So get approved and get existing content. So I can go into the actual implementation of that. That's the in-memory. Let's go to the Postgres one. There we go. Here it is. Where can you find the config for Oh My Posh? It is public, Simplu. You can find it in my .files repository. And I've even added a little block for that. There you go. I didn't want to go there. I accidentally clicked OBS. Alright, don't need that. Let's close that. Yes, I know. Leave that page. Leave that. Hey, is that done? Are you kidding? It's still training almost 2 hours later? Dude.
It's illegal in 9 countries.
Feels like it. Not gonna lie. Continuing. So in here, I should be able to say where the hashtag is tag. Yeah. No. C timestamp is greater than or equal to oh, where is it? It's not passed in. Ah, I can inject it. So if I go back over here. Yes. Sure. And create and assign that field. Good. So now if I go back to not here. And what did we call it? Stream start. There it is. So that's getting the approved content, get content tag. So that on the initialization, get latest provider ID by tag. That's getting content. We should do this filter also. Right? Get the filtered content by tag. Yeah, so this is when we say, hey, go show me just this stuff. Yeah, that's right. It's learning. Same thing in here. No. There you go. And here. Thank you. Nice that it's figured that out. We've got it trained. Why so long to train it? Don't know. Still going. But we kicked that off at about 9:20. It's like an hour and a half in. The other one is the... No, that should be okay. At a certain amount, I wear all the hats at once. That's not going to work. I appreciate the idea. That's not going to work. Hey, Bald Dagon. I think I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. So let's get this started. Oh, no. Application configuration does not contain stream start. Yes, it does. Show me that error list. Cannot satisfy new because it has required members. Yeah, but it also has a default member. Fine. Do that again. Told you. Told you. Failed. You just ran. What? Oh, this is... fine. That's not how you spell scope. Scope dot service provider get required service application configuration. Done. Do it. Do it. Okay, that looks good. So I'm going to open moderation on a new tab. Waterfall, so far so good. So far so good. Let's open the system admin page on yet another tab. Stream start timestamp. Well, that's not right. Maybe we add a button here that says now. You know? Might also be nice to have a little bit of a preview of the combination of these two. I do need some messages. Hey, look, there's Dr. Cox. All right. Yeah, let's add a button there that says now. Right? Let's see if Copilot can help us. Add a button with caption now that sets the stream start to to datetime.now. You can do it. Feel the power of the force. Do it. Do it. Come on, Copilot. I see you green up there. Come on. Let's go. No. You make me sad. What? That was it. That was it. Holy smokes. Yeah. Yeah. That was it. Right? You're new to ASP.NET Core? That's okay. We're here to help. You wonder if you can apply a parallax background. No dumb questions, only dumb answers like this one. What do you mean by a parallax background? Help me out. What does that mean to you? Parallax background. Parallax scrolling effect? Right. What's that mean? That? So ASP.NET and Blazor are a way for you to render and deliver angle brackets into the browser. It's a way for you to render HTML. The JavaScript and CSS that makes this work is something that runs in the browser. So you absolutely can do that. Right? And that's a neat effect. Not gonna lie, it's a neat effect. It's just something that doesn't execute on the server, right? Your ASP.NET code executes on a server. The formatting for this effect is going to carry down to the browser, and the browser will implement it. While some of us might not like it, other folks do like it. And it might not be my cup of tea. I think it's a cool effect. I don't use it on any of my websites. If it's something you'd like to implement, go for it. I encourage you. I think that's going to be something really cool to add. And you might have a neat little demo that you can share on a website like dev.to to encourage other developers to check it out as well. So, go for it. If that's something that's going to fit well with your website, with your application, I think you should absolutely try it out. So there's my system administration page. Now I've got a Now button. It's not exactly the same size as that, but there we go. So if I do set that, and I go back over to the waterfall display, it should hide this from C# Titan. Aha! Ah. And then if I take this back to when stream started, save those changes, go back to waterfall display. Oh no. Did it save it? It did. It saved it, but it probably didn't update it in the in-memory running singleton version. Right, it put it into application configuration. Because it's there. But this page can't see it because waterfall no. That's reaching into here. I should get it first. Because this is running as a service in the background. And it's not getting that updated. No problem, Baldagon. And when you do get it implemented, I'd love for you to share your website, and I'd love to learn a little bit from what you've accomplished with it. So, and maybe there's some folks in chat that will gain a new appreciation for the feature. Right?
Right.
Okay. I'm glad we're in agreement. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove that because I am being passed in the services. So I should... Yeah, I know I broke a couple things. I should be able to remove that and that. That's going to break a couple things in this file. And I don't need to pass it in there now. Because show me where the errors are, man. Like right there. Yes. So that I get the application configuration right before we go to use it. There we go. There we go. That feels good. And I did it up top there, so I don't need to go get it again. Ta-ta. There we go. Restart. When it's spammed in a lot of websites. Totally agree. For like an for a brochureware website, really cool effect. Makes perfect sense to use. Right, a product announcement website, yeah, makes sense. I'm way on board with that. As a feature on an application, as a web application, might be out of place. Might be out of place, but really cool capability. So, okay, if I reload that now, and moderation. 901. So I'm not getting data. Oh, there it goes. Is it passing the wrong time zone? Because it's not going back. Put a breakpoint in here and take a look. So, like... where is that used? I know where that's used. Really? Add a stream start filter. We'll figure that out in a minute. Get approved content by tag for moderation. Let's stop right there. We should be stopping right there. I didn't save it, that's why. Fine, I'll restart. Be that way. Right, this will be a simple feature, but what it'll do is it'll help with some of our other streams to kind of ignore older content that's out there. So if I go to moderation now, it should hit my breakpoint. It should hit my breakpoint. Why you know hit my breakpoint? Or somewhere down here. Come on, hit a breakpoint. There we go. Get filtered content by tag. Okay. So app config stream start is my local time. So do I need to say that as UTC? I bet I do. Yeah, fine. Fine. I think I've got this. Come on now. I got lots of pages open. So, reload that page. Still reloading, because it's doing things. There's my breakpoint. It didn't get the older stuff. Should it be that way? Because it should find all the messages that we keyed in that have come into chat during stream. We should have a whole bunch of stuff load up in that moderation. Yeah, I know the application has directory. Yeah. I'm noticing the delay here as well. Yeah. And if I take that off...
Oh my.
I know. I know. It's not seeing everything. Right. Didn't pick up .NET, didn't pick up down here. Right? It doesn't have my name. I didn't load it, but... And actually, there should be... Yeah. Wah. There it is. There it is. But yeah, the getting existing. Okay. So I was modifying the wrong one. So if I change that to local date time. Darn it. It's one of the two. It's either the local date time or the UTC that I need to pass it. Yeah. Let her fly. No. Like it didn't get any data. Right? Stream start is today at 9:01 my local time. And that's only returning new content. It's like it didn't find anything. And if I change it to UTC, it's going to be a larger value. If I say and force it to local date time, I feel like that's something that Entity Framework's going to kind of choke on, you know? Or actually, let's see if it catches that. Like, I'm wondering if it wasn't getting a value coming through because it was a reference object and somehow didn't parse for the query properly. That's a stretch. Yeah. And if I change that to local time, which I feel like that's going to error. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't... You can't call a method on something that's being sent over. So, let's see if there's an error on that. Feels weird, you know? Loading up, here we go. Good. And it is just hanging. Reload. Yeah, I know. Cannot write datetime offset with offset. You know what happened? I know what this is. Postgres messaging service 227. This is the Postgres provider struggles with datetime offset. It struggles with that. Yeah. So that is a datetime offset. I don't want it. I want to do to local time datetime. $11:21. That was just now. I wrote a converter to do this in another project. So what it might be doing? It might not have any content in the database. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Nope, it's got the data. It's got the data. So what type of dog do you have, Dr. Cox? Just making small talk. So it is writing it. It's the fetch, and it doesn't know what to do with it. Right? Where's the timestamp on that? Right, see, the timestamp is... a UTC timestamp. So when I do the fetch here, hang on. Let's clear all that out. That's still going? Dude. Beagle. Oh. Wonderful dogs of beagles. Drudgery of unit tests, huh? I'm so sorry. Oh shoot, that's gonna, yeah. Try that again. 8 years old from the shelter. Oh, oh. So, our family has been keeping Akitas. So they're processing message, processing. Moderation. There's the error. There was something that I wrote that processed and handled the date time offset. Where did I do that? No matter, it was a block of code. Postgres, EF core, date time, offset. Yep. So somebody put together a, somebody put together a converter. Mm-hmm. Where is it? It was a little... It was a little bit of code that converts it. Has conversion, there it is. And a value converter to do it. We might be able to get away with this. Let's go up here. Model builder, entity, PG, content has conversion. No? What? It's on a property. Oh, okay. Entity, PG, what the heck? PG content. Property. Yeah. Timestamp. There it is. No! has conversion. And it's either a value converter. It looked like, yeah, there's the expression. So, and if I'm converting it back, oh, come on now. Yeah, I thought there were two. Hello, how you doing there? RJG316, welcome. So 2 universal time is still a datetime offset. No. Has conversion. Yeah. Let's see what other folks have said about this that have already been successful. No. No, that's not what we're doing. Takes in a currency, outputs a decimal. So what if we said to local date time, let's do UTC, because that's what we know it's being stored as. I don't want the date component. Because UTC date time, oh, it is a date time. Oh, okay. So then we can return this as a new date time offset. Well, it's, yeah, there we go. With an offset. Well, we know the offset is 0 from UTC. So I could say time span 0. Right? Like, that should work. That should totally work. There were build errors? Of course there were. Of course there were. Semicolon? Who needs a stinking semicolon? Let's put these each on a line so they're a little bit easier to read. That's not bad. I can work with that. I can work with that. Okay. Okay. Reload that. Yes. Cool. I think that worked. Right? So what I have for local stream time shouldn't be local time, it should be UTC time. Alright, now we need to go back through and roll that change into everything. Right? Let's just make sure. To universal time? Yeah. Thank you for the follow. Is it Jota95? Hello? So I'll save that, and it updates. Reload the page. That's not right. That's not right. What if I just say... What if I don't even just say, just do that? Does that work? That worked. And that's even easier. Fantastic. So let's roll this to... Yes. You. Good. I know. I'm updating here. I'm updating here. Get content by IDs. I'm okay with that. Existing content. So now we need to add... Oh no, that's order by. C timestamp greater than or equal to stream start. Start is okay. Stop is fine. Okay. Right. I fixed it. Get latest. Yes. I think that's it. What am I trying to do with the date times? I'm trying to allow an administrator to say, don't show any content after I'm sorry, don't show any content that arrived before this time. Because, quite frankly, there's a lot of older information hanging out there. So if I go to the system admin page, customization, and if we just take this back a year, right? And I'll go over here, back to this. And if I reopen moderation, right, there's a lot of older data in here from before today's stream. It's not filtering back far enough. Yeah, there you go. Might not want to show comments about a conference that were posted before it. There you go. So then if I go over to the waterfall view, there you go. There's only one comment that's been approved. But, right, if I approve another comment, that arrives. If I go over here and I say, well, you know what? Don't show anything that arrived. Anything arrived before 10, right? Save that change, go back to waterfall, refresh. I shall get the 1. I didn't get only the 1. So I think that's get latest approved content. Yeah. And the idea is I want to be able to get everything except for that 1. So stream start is 9:01 a.m. I thought I said 10. This is a good test. Is this a daylight savings? This might be a... I think it is a daylight savings issue. Save that. No, it still says 9:01. Let's go back over here to UI customization. Save configuration. Let's look in the database. Database. Dear Lord. Just... Yeah, I know. I'd like to run some SQL, please. Give me that. Right there. I want that thing. No, I don't want the console. I want to... Application configuration. Stream start 9:01. It didn't save it to the database. Yeah, look at that, 9:01. There it says 10:01. 10:01. Okay, so I was probably running with a page that... And that should only show me the one now when it loads. Yep, there it is. So I was probably running with a page that wasn't connected. But to exactly the feature discussion, right? Being able to back that up and say, show me only stuff for today. So, and that should update and show me both. There it is. Terrific. How common is it for code configurations to change, as in this part app? Host here. So it's going to be it's going to be different for each deployment environment that you have. So, and if you add additional deployment environments, or if you change your deployment environment. So, if you're changing from app service to Azure Container Apps, it's going to behave differently, and you're going to want to change, enhance, and move things around. If you add a test environment, a staging environment, a demo environment, those are going to have different configurations from what is the production environment. So Aspire should help you in managing and coordinating those environments. Should. Okay, so that feels like it's working correctly. I'm going to commit that. Added stream start timestamp. Well, it's already tracking because I told it to track it. What else? No, I don't want to run it in there. Oh. Get me out of this. Close this. Delete this. I did want to give feedback on that, but I'd really like to get rid of some of these. Adding stream content management features. I think there's one or two other in here that will do that. Terraform does that too? Okay. Is the tags app Aspire part already merged? Yes. Yes, it is. So you should be able to clone this down locally and run it locally, and it will give you Mastodon by default. Yeah. So there was another issue or two in here that I was saying, ooh, we can do that also. Export messages, Redis caching. Export messages, I think, is... Oh, and there was also hide specific users. So we would need to maintain a list of users to hide. Let me do the report. I feel like the report is something we can do. And this can be an extra admin screen. There, it's building and testing. I can let that merge. There it goes. Before I merge it, let's give it a version number. No, I don't need to. Because it's more of a patch. I'm adding a feature, but it... yeah. So go ahead and merge that. I'm not going to squash and merge. I'm going to just merge. In hopes that I get rid of some of these other things over here. So let's check out main, branch, feature, clear the waterfall, git pull, upstream main, push. Let's try doing this one with workspace. Hang on. There was a create the branch thing there. Yeah. Good. Merged. This one. No, create a branch. Feature export messages. Put it in my private copy. Sure. Sure. Okay. So now let's see what it does. Big Dog 365. Welcome in. Appreciate the follow. How you doing there? Yeah, I know it doesn't do this. I wrote it. That's why I want to create this. What? No, I don't need to see that. I thought that was a thing. Okay, we're good. Let's see what it's doing. All right. You've never used this branch dialog? It hasn't been there, I don't think. Proposed application supports exporting messages. A new export feature is implemented in the admin Blazot config UI Razor. No, that's wrong. A new user interface is added to... No. Hang on. Let's go back to the issue. Add a new admin-only interface. Add a new page that allows administrators to export messages with filters so that the content can be shared outside of TagsApp. Update that. Let's see what it comes through for updating the specification and stuff here. Ugh. I've got a bunch of failed compile messages sitting in my email. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Okay. A new page, export messages, is created. Good. Page allows administrators to select filters, all messages or not rejected messages, and export. Good. Backend support for messages is implemented in Postgres messaging service, handling CSV file generation. Documentation, I'm okay with that. Unit test added to. Tell me more. Hey, M. Pulowski. Hello. Devin. Kind of. Kind of. So we're going to create a page, export messages, implement UI with filters, all messages and not rejected, add a button to trigger the export process, use Blazor bindings to capture filter selections. Okay. On Postgres messaging service, export messages async to handle message export based on selected filters. Okay. Implement CSV file generation, utilize link to filter messages. Yeah. Add a new section exporting messages under filters. Under features. Okay. Describe it. Yep. Create unit tests. Okay, I'm interested in seeing that. Go ahead, try it. So, 4 files it's going to modify. Let's see what it does. Hey, Reese. Hello. Boop to you too. Right? That's not boop. It's, no. That's right. I have a vuvuzela. Kinda. So, generating a new page here, that's kind of cool. Like, yep, that's a new page. I kind of expect it to be a new page. It's returning a CSV. Await Blazor download files. File service, download file. Let's see what it does. Is the CC from the Pi project? No, it is not. Nope. No, the closed captioning is coming off of Google transcription. So the Raspberry Pi project is offline right now. I have other things I wanted to do. More on that coming in the next month or two as we get that done. I'm actually going away this weekend. I have to take my daughter to college. I'm leaving tomorrow morning for it. And while we're out of town, she's going to be off at college doing whatever. Dad's going to be hanging out at the hotel, hanging out by the pool, hanging out by the bar. But I plan on spending a lot of time on this. It is napalm. It is. They literally tried... Yeah. Yeah. You're not wrong. So, I completely agree with you. So, still generating, trying to figure out how to change the Postgres messaging service. Yeah, it's still analyzing and trying to figure out what to do in there. I don't think it understands the repository pattern that we're using there. You know? Let's tell it to stop this one. I can't. Because it's sitting here and not getting anywhere. Yeah. You don't know how to do that. It's not bad. Stop implementing. Stop it. I'll create that one. Export messages.razor. It also didn't add a menu item to get to it. So admin pages. Let's add a page. No. Export massages. That's not right. That's not right. You. Wrong one. Export messages. Razor. Bazinga. So here's what it created. Admin export dash messages using tags at storage Postgres. Now, inject iMessaging service. Because that I know how to say go get filtered content by tag. And it'll go get everything. ASP.NET Core Components Forms. What? No. Not bad. Easy mistake to make. I'll just call it export messages async. And okay. Get filtered content by tag. I'm not passing a timestamp. I do need to pass the tag. Oh, what's the stupid tag? Messaging service. Tags tracked. Okay. What's the next one? Is the collection of providers. I'm not going to pass anything for that, and I'm not going to pass anything for... Because this has a default. Right? No, it should be... like that. Why don't you like that? Because tags tracked is an IE numerable. Alright, fine. There we go. So the ones that are not rejected, I'm not getting approved content. Not me. I'm going to call the exact same method. But instead, down here for the states, it's a moderation state. So I want to say moderation state approved, moderation state pending. Why does it want a comma? Oh. Because it's a switch expression. This returns an enumerable of content moderation action. Hang on. If I did this, then I can do that. Much better. All right, so we want to call something generate CSV. Item 1. There we go. Okay. Blazor download file service. This was what I was kind of looking at, like, what? Yep, you were right, Dr. Cox. You wish you could convince what? Ah, sprained her ankle. That's awful. Oh, I'm sorry. Where did it get that from? I'm not in WebAssembly. In fact, this needs to be interactive server. It didn't know that. Yeah. Show me more. Blazor download file service. There it is. Cool. Let's add it. .NET add package Blazor download file. Cool. And need to register the service. Don't mind if I do. No. Cool. All right. And then inject it. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need a using. Tell me more. So now is that other code that we wrote? Dude. Okay, that worked. This one right here. I think we should put quotes around. The JavaScript include. What JavaScript include? Can I do this as a string join? And will it escape the quotes? Oh yeah, I'm triple quoting this, John. Because I'm gonna put some quotes here. Oh boy. Yeah, see, that doesn't work. That does. So, same thing around the message. Put some quotes around the message. I don't need to worry about the comma at that point, but I do need to worry about quotes. And that's it. That should work. Do I need quotes around everything? No, no worries about backseat coding. That's part of the jam here. Right, so put that there. And... well, it's a timestamp. It's not a string, so I don't need quotes. I think that'll work. Let's see what happens. Oh, I need to add it to the admin menu. Do-do-do-do. Right? Export dash messages. Let's see how it works. So Copilot helped us write a good chunk of this. We modified, enhanced it, and pushed it in here. It thinks that's a... It thought because I had 4 quotes, including a quote to start the line. Yeah. Inaccessible due to its protection level. Really? It's right there. What do you mean it doesn't exist? It's right there. Clean that, John, and rebuild it. You got something wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. No, it's right there, you fool. That's not the right paren. Let's do these as individuals. Right. Because somewhere it's getting confused. Also, that should be $1. And I forgot the commas. Right, and that, and this, and that. One of these. String builder, append. Dollar, quote, backslash. Backslash, quote, comma. String builder, append. Dollar, quote, backslash. Backslash, comma, quote, paren, semi. Ugh. All right, dollar quotes. Don't need a quote on this one. String builder. Append redacted. Really? And I want to pass a new line. What if I just did like that? Right? Like, now what doesn't that like? What do you mean private isn't? So that closes that closes the code block. Yeah, something Visual Studio. No. It's right there. Of course it. Well, hang on. That paren doesn't match this paren. Why doesn't it think they match? You ditched it because it seems like it's no longer maintained? Years ago. Let's see. No. No. There are no attributes. I'm restarting Visual Studio. That doesn't feel... That doesn't feel like it's running properly. Like, something with the compiler went off the tracks. Yeah, look, there it is again. It says it's ready. There it is again. something's not right. Open that in File Explorer. Let's clear out the bin and obj folders. It's generating something. Like, that's not right. Yeah, an internal error happened on the diagnostics. My code is right. Yeah, the generated code is bad. No. Export messages, Razor. No. Let's see what this is. Come on now. The name messaging service does not exist. Modifier private is not valid for this item. That. I use it all over the place. What do you mean you don't know what it is? You piece of garbage. Come on now. Tagzap.com. Nope. No. The name messaging service does not exist. It's right there. It's line 28 is referencing that right there. 28, 28, 29, 29, and 35. Invalid expression term equals. The page has a red line? No. It's a spelling indicator. Wait a minute. It still doesn't recognize anything in this file. Hey, Beck Bristow. That's formatted right. Try it again. No. It's not often that I will call out and say that the compiler is wrong. The compiler is wrong. Let's just start commenting out. Three hours later and it's still working? Like, I told it to do a quick train. So I don't even have to do that. It doesn't even, well, okay, I removed system text. Where is that lining up? That's not lining up with something. That matches that. Why doesn't it like that? No, I'm not missing an assembly reference. Oh, it doesn't know where it is. It's right there. Tag zap common. I don't even need that at this point. Line 49, the replace. Is it getting caught on the quote there? Maybe. Maybe. So, okay. I'll stand by the compiler is wrong because it's throwing an error that it doesn't know what that is. It's throwing an error that it doesn't know what that is. And it built properly. I shouldn't have to escape the quote in that. It's not the replace on 40. Hang on, create some space here. That. Yeah, I had to escape the single tick above. Like, I don't mind changing these over to... Ah, there's an extra one there. Okay. Let's bring some of those other features back in. Like messaging service that it said didn't exist. Right, because I need the using statement to go with it. I say what? Yeah. The errors the compiler was returning were not accurate at all to what the actual problem was. And even then, I submit that my code was valid. My code, the way that it was with double quotes and escaping that code, I submit, was valid. The Razor generator was misbehaving, is what it looks like. Okay. Like, I'm normally one of the first people to say, my code's bad. My code's bad. I messed something up. Let me make sure. Is there anything else I needed to add to this? You, go away. I was talking here. Mom and Dad are talking. You, shut up. Go away. That's the API definition. That's it? Oh, no. I do need to add a bit of JavaScript. I should be able to add it. Can we cheat a little bit here? And add it there. So now go over to system admin, export messages. All right. I've got a CSV that's 49 bytes. That doesn't sound... Okay, I've just got the header at this point. It didn't get any messages. Wait, it's not running. Oh no, it's running that await. Hey, Special KU, hello, welcome. Let's see, it should hit that, right? Zero records. When I say get filtered messages by tag, I need to give it the complete list of providers. Oh, wait a sec. So where else is this thing used? Right? That's in export messages, moderation hub, right there. Get available providers. There it is. And service, is that iMessaging service? Come here, you. Show me what you are. Yeah. No, I know you're in pause state. Let me go to export messages. This one. Yeah. I just want... display name. Right? Give me the ID. Right, and that should be sitting in memory. Yeah, that'll be sitting in memory. Really? 49 bytes. What did we get here? You. Now restart. Doesn't have the latest one in there. You installed Visual Studio Enterprise Preview and it died after the trial period. Right, if the trial period, yeah. Unclose tag script. You're right. There we go. Yeah, after the trial period is over, it'll stop working. Yes. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. I said you could continue using preview. I help me out here. 49 bytes. Put a stop there. Hit it. Providers equals a string of 3. Blue Sky Mastodon Twitch. Good. Hey, Alu. So there it's trying to get filtered content by tag. State's length equals 0. Which means it should jump down into here. Okay. And no moderation states were passed. That's why it didn't return anything. So I need to pass some moderation states. And so let's say moderation state. Thank you. Pending moderation state approved. Moderation state rejected. Why don't you like that? Yep, 15 minutes till I have a meeting. I wanted that to be an array. Cool. Alright, at least figured that out. So then I can change that to states. 49 bytes. Didn't hit the breakpoint. $49 bytes. Restart. Over on YouTube. I did one on YouTube. I'm sorry. When there's new versions, you should be able to get a new preview. I think. Should be able to. You can always get a copy of Community Edition. Okay, hit the breakpoint. So now step in. Yeah. Okay, so it has all of them. $100 messages. I think it only gets 100 on that, right? So there we go. Interesting. Don't need the provider ID, but the author... Not bad. Some of these escape characters are okay, are going to need a little bit of help. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Let's change this from provider ID to author account. Something like that. Username. That'll take care of that. Let's make sure this is timestamp UTC. No, it didn't. Didn't hot reload it. One more time. And then I need to break through the limit of 100 and say go get everything. And then we'll have our nice little report. Let's try not rejected messages. Only 450 bytes. That doesn't sound good. So these are approved only. It didn't give me approved and pending. But it did give me the username properly. Not bad. Not great. Not perfect. We're getting there. So the username, we got that fixed. Should have given me approved and pending. But it only gave me approved. which should have done here. Right there. And it's only taking 100. Show me what happens when you get to there. Two entries on the states. Approved and pending. Like, include moderation action. I think that's a left-right issue. Because the moderation action is null because it's pending. Well, couple ways to do that. But it's not going to be easy. So there's the pending where moderation action equals null. Or and C moderation action equals null. I've got one extra paren there I don't need. Try it again. Is there a word for the feeling you get when you finally understand a programming concept and see your code working? Joy. Joy is the word I would use. I need to wrap up and call it here, but I think we're just about there. Back over to here, reload the page. If I say go give me all, it's only giving me the last 100, so we'll break through that, but not rejected. Hit the breakpoint, you know. Right, because that's null. Coming back. Yeah, yeah. Because that could be null. Hey, hello. Is it Omar Hagosh? Welcome. I'll just use the exact same syntax that I have up there. Oh yeah, there are build errors? Where do you think there's build errors? I'll show you build errors. I'll show you build errors. Yeah, restart that. Quack, quack, quack. Why are we quacking? Here we go. And then I'll have at least the initial report built. All right, it's working. Refresh. Not rejected. 12.8. There it is. Cool. The only thing that I need to add here is to be able to break through that 100, and I'm going to save that for next time. Let's wrap things up here. Yeah. Let's commit that change. What did I change in the solution file? Oh, look at that. Components, admin. What? Tags app, Blazor, components. What did I change in the solution file? Oh, I removed. That's alright. And that other solution file is a thing from VS Code. Yep, this is open source. Anybody can go take a look. It's now built with .NET Aspire, so you can download and start it up and run your own tags app locally. So commit and initial export completed. So I'm not going to merge that in yet, but I will set up the pull request. So Copilot Workspace came pretty close, but no cigar. Fritz and Friends tags app. So anybody can go grab a copy of the source code. There's the link in chat. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description area just below. Implemented a message export. And this fixes, there it is, 444. Create the pull request. And that'll be sitting there when I finish it. I'll merge it in and we'll have that new feature available and ready to go later. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me see who else is streaming on the big Twitch TV network. If you're watching on YouTube, of course, there's lots of great videos available for you. I'm going to get us rated into... Let's go join Alicia Griffin. Let's go join her. I'm late. Have a fantastic rest of your day. No, not raid browser, just raid. Go. Stop trying to complete. Seriously? Seriously. Are you kidding? They've made this so much harder. What the heck did they do? Raid Alicia Griffin. There we go. Thank you so much. I will see you next week. We'll be back writing code together. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I wish you good health and good coding, all right? Take care. Woo! Where do we go? Get out of here. We got to make this thing happen.